What's good, you guys? I'm going to try to talk loudly so I can project over the air conditioner, which I hope is not making too much noise. Um, Thank you guys so much for all of the likes, the comments, the subscribes over here on YouTube, and for those of you who have been supporting me since Instagram. Thank you for new subscribers, people who are just finding me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to tap in today. Thank you also for those of you who sent me donations. They really do help. I'm going to tap in and see what comes out in the energy. Holy Spirit, please allow me to channel for the collective. My source, Father God, please allow me to give a clear, concise message to the divine collective. Please let me know what the collective needs to know at this time. Alright, let's see what comes out. What does the collective need to know? Okay. Inspiration. I'm trying to figure out if I want to take it in reverse. Balance. Okay. Inspiration. Balance. Tenderness. Guilt. Anger. Skepticism, exhaustion in reverse, release. Okay. Yeah, I think I will take these reverse. So this is what we got so far. 202 I just saw on the clock here. We got inspiration, reverse, and exhaustion, reverse. Okay. We got balance and tenderness. Balance and tenderness. Okay. Got guilt and anger. Okay. Alright. We got skepticism and release. Okay. Right off the bat, I feel like somebody is exhausted and they've run out of ideas, or they're no longer invested in something. They're very tired. Somebody's over something, maybe overdoing something. Not overdoing, but like they're tired of doing something. Someone could also be upset that you're not exhausted. So somebody could have been waiting for you to crash and burn or burn out 311 and just like give up on something. Or you're very balanced right now. You could be feeling a lot of self-love, a lot of compassion for self, guilt and anger. Maybe somebody's angry because you see them as guilty. I think somebody's skeptical about whatever it is that you're doing or how you're showing up. Like 342 I just saw. They're skeptical because maybe you weren't balanced before. Maybe somebody thought you would get tired of something, or you would run out of steam, or you would lose inspiration. I feel like somebody sees you as like a Page of Wands reverse type of energy. Like somebody's not confident in your abilities, or they're in denial about you being good at something, or you being able to prosper. Somebody's in denial about the energy that you're in. They're skeptical. I feel like somebody wants you to either give up on something that you're doing, 423, or they're being forced to give up on whatever thought process or whatever idea they had concerning who you are or how you're showing up. I feel like somebody's being forced to release you, or you're just releasing some old past version of yourself, or some type of frustration or attachment to something here. Let me see some more on this. I'm going to get a few more emotion cards. Reflection. Okay. Reflection and abundance. Yeah, I feel like somebody here is... Either you're just in a period right now where you're reflecting on what's important to you, like releasing 523, releasing things that no longer serve you. Maybe being skeptical of the people that you had around you in your life, or just not taking inventory of like what's fulfilling you and what's not. I feel like for a lot of you too, you're also no longer engaging in busy work. Like for a lot of you, you could have been very busy, like doing a lot of things, but you weren't bearing a lot of fruit from what you were doing. It wasn't really producing any sort of results, or you weren't getting a reward for it. So for some of you, you could just be stepping back from things that are not productive. Obviously, that could be people. This could be jobs or careers that no longer align with your purpose, or maybe you're just not helping people as much. Not that you're not helping people, but you're taking note of where your energy is best spent. And so by you reflecting on that and kind of like letting go of things that just are a waste of time, you're accessing some type of abundance by making that decision. I'm also getting that somebody else here could be reflecting on what they maybe did to try to block you from being inspired, or try to tire you out or talk you out of your goals or your purpose. They're reflecting on the fact that what they did got them nowhere, and you're still in this abundant energy. Okay? So this could go either way. But I feel like you're very much focused on yourself right now. For a lot of you, you were 707. For a lot of you, you were focused on other people, even when it didn't benefit you. Like for a lot of you guys, I'm saying you guys, I include myself in this, went through like a people pleasing phase, or like, especially if you're a very empathetic person. I've spoken on this many times on my Instagram. Feeling other people's emotions does not mean you're responsible for fixing them. A lot of us were under this programming that it was our job to fix any and everyone around us that has a problem. So you're definitely releasing that mindset. Somebody could be angry at you for doing that, for prioritizing yourself. Maybe somebody could be projecting guilt onto you, like the fact that you're focused on yourself and you're not helping people that don't want help, or you're not wasting your time on people that choose for whatever reason to cling to a lower vibration. Somebody could want you to feel bad about that, about prioritizing yourself. We don't care what these people think, but you know it's going to come out in the cards. Skepticism. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like while you're in this abundant energy, somebody's doing a lot of reflecting, but not about themselves. They're watching you. Somebody's very skeptical about how you're showing up in this balanced, abundant energy right now. Somebody doesn't want to believe that you're capable of this. And it really doesn't matter what this person wants to think. It's very obvious what you're doing, what you're capable of. Somebody here is angry because they know you've released them. Somebody feels like they're no longer relevant or important to you. And they're not, from what I'm getting. Here's the thing, right? And this is what people don't understand. When you have to sit and ask yourself if you matter to someone, you probably don't, right? But this feels like someone who's like a complainer, attached and just drag along, like somebody, you know, the typical energies that we've been dealing with in these past cycles of people that just want to sit around and not do anything for themselves and have their hand out and drain your energy. Like, these are the type of people you're detaching from, you're releasing, you're leaving behind, and they feel some type of way, and they could be angry at you and wanting you to feel guilty. And for some of you here, someone feels guilty about being skeptical of what you're capable of. And this has been coming up a lot too in the energy, like people that wish they wouldn't have slept on you, but they're being forced to confront the fact that they did against their better judgment, and that's why they're also on the opposite side of the fence. You could have a lot of people coming now with apologies. Oh, I'm so sorry. Or like trying to find ways to become relevant again. That's been coming out a lot. But a lot of you are just, it's not even beef, you just don't care. Like a lot of you are just completely detached. 1015, 122 over here. Breakthrough in reverse. Yeah, somebody, okay, I'm getting this energy of comparison too. Like whoever was trying to block your inspiration or trying to make you tired or try to drain you or try to get you to let go of something or walk away from your purpose or whatever you're producing, whoever wanted you to abandon your calling, they're realizing now that they got no results. This could be what somebody is reflecting on. Like they realize they wasted their time. Because a lot of people are just watching you now be at peace. It's not even about like, yes, abundance is money and wealth and all of that jazz, but abundance is also, hey, I'm in my house, my bills are paid, I don't gotta worry about no bullshit. 1111. That's also abundance. It's relaxation, balance, tenderness too. Because I could feel like somebody wanted you to be very angry and like 1122. Some people could have wanted you to be very angry, or like you had some type of chip on your shoulder you couldn't let go. I don't even care about forgiveness. Y'all know my stance on that. If you see my post, I just seen 1132 and 1133. I don't care about forgiveness. Y'all know my stance on that if you follow me on Instagram. There's too much of this pansy, self-sabotaging, martyring rhetoric regarding forgiveness. What we're actually talking about is transmuting energy. A lot of you just don't care. You're completely detached. You're over it. And it's not from this deep place of, I love the people that treated me like crap. It doesn't need to be that. It needs to be whatever, 1202 and 1203, it needs to be whatever gets you forward. And I think a lot of people actually want you to be in that energy of like, I feel compelled on a deep cellular level to love everybody even when the situation doesn't call for it. I feel like somebody wants you to be in that energy. 1221. I'm getting mirrored energy. Yeah, you're on the up end, they're on the bottom end here. They want you to be overly focused on them. So somebody could be trying to come in and guilt you or play on your heartstrings, appeals to emotion, to get you to be in this place of like, okay, well, you know what, I let everyone have access to me again as long as they say the magic words, and that's what God would want us to do. Y'all already know me. If you know me, none of that shit is necessary, right? Like, you don't have to hate people, and I'm not advocating for anyone to ruminate or obsess over what people have done to you in the past. But all of this, and this that's not necessary. You need to complete your mission. You need to move forward. You need to be able to detach and transmute energy. However you do that is perfectly fine. 316, but somebody wants there to be all of this emotional investment. I'm definitely getting that. And you don't care, and somebody's angry about that. I feel like for some of you, you could have even seen this. Like if there was somebody from your past that you know tried to fuck you over or like just doesn't have your best interests in mind, they could have came back around and was on some like, sob stories, trying to talk about past memories, things that I feel like you really just doesn't have an effect on you anymore. Like if you were in a place of like, I feel bad and emotion, like I feel like now you're just really taking a step back and thinking logically, does this person's presence in my life benefit me? If the answer is no, then they can hit the door. And I just seen 404 when I said that. But people are not liking this. So you could have, 411, you could have seen this, like somebody's whole countenance shift if somebody came back in and tried to do this whole appeal to emotion routine. And you could have just been like, okay, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but the door is still closed. And you could have seen somebody very quickly shift from this, from this to this, because that's not the answer that they wanted. So I'm just getting very generally like, people cannot manipulate you. 144. People cannot manipulate you, and you don't really care about all of the, because I feel like for a lot of you, people are pulling out all the stops. They could be going from, I care about you and I'm sorry to you're a bad person because you won't answer my call. It's like very chaotic. Like, pick a narrative. And they're just so desperate to be in your energy that it shifts very quickly. And you could just be at 5'11", you could just be like, what the hell? I don't know. Like, it's bizarre to watch people who are visible try to pretend that they're not. I've said this many times. Let me go in the tarot here. No, you know what? I'm going to go in here. This is the Marvel Oracle. Let's see here. I'm going to see what's going on. Because there's a lot of emotions here. I feel like on your end, you're very much at peace. But people are trying to induce feelings of frustration and stress and anger. And that's really their energy. 155 and 555. You're not in that place anymore. It's just misery loves company. And because they're not having anything prosper for them, they want you to partake in that. Or feel sorry for them and give them access to yours. I just heard, if you don't give it to me, I'm going to take it. What is this? Got She-Hulk. Do the right thing even if no one is watching. I mean, it came out in reverse, but let me see how this unfolds. Show me more on this energy. Thanos. All that I seek is in my grasp. I think I am going to take this in reverse based on that. But let's see. America Chavez. The best way is your way. Yeah, trusting yourself. 7-11 I just saw. The best way is your way. Black Panther. Wear the crown with honor. Yep, this is you. So, very independent. It's given Emperor, Empress energy, like Hierophant energy. Like, you're top dog right now. Whoever you are. Nobody's telling you shit. Nobody can come in and correct you. Because that's the other thing, too, as far as people trying to make themselves useful to you. You could have people trying to present themselves as mentors or like, hey, let me give you help or insight or whatever. But you're smarter than these people. You have more skill than these people. You actually passed your karmic lessons and these people have not. It's like there's no basis for them trying to paint themselves as helpers. They're really just in the way, but they don't have the humility or the common sense to realize or just admit that. Because a lot of these people, they know what they're doing. But it's just bizarre. You have a lot of integrity. And that's why you're being rewarded. So this is the energy of like people hating on your position, but not understanding why you got your position, or knowing full well why, but not wanting to accept it. You have a lot of people watching like, how come they're the one that's anointed? How come they got the gifts and the blessings? And because you did the work. Like, this is what people are not understanding. 1232. You get rewarded when you do the work and when you're coming from a genuine place and you actually want to grow and actually want to help people and you actually care about the greater good of society, humanity. You're the type of person that does good when there's no rewards being offered. There's nothing, you're not 909, you're not expecting anything in return. You do good just because it's good to do good. These are people that don't have any concept of that. And they want to complain because they're not in charge or something. Thanos. So somebody could be coming in Thanos energy, very greedy, like, I need all of the Infinity Stones because I want to rule and I want everybody to kiss my ass and I get to decide who's worthy of whatever. Like that type of selfish energy. But here's the thing though, right? Because I'm thinking Infinity Stones. I'm thinking like chakras, like alignment, higher consciousness. You got the stones. But why do you have the stones? Because if you're a Marvel geek like me, It's like Thanos ended up getting destroyed. He at one point, yeah, he got the stones, but he wasn't able to keep the stones because look at what the fuck he was trying to do with it. Like, these are people that want power and clout just to wield control over other people, to abuse people, so that they can get narcissistic supply. 2020 is not for anybody's benefit, and that's why they're not getting shit. They don't have gifts or blessings or abundance because the mindset that these people have is not one that deserves gifts and benefits and blessings. And these people miss the damn boat, and they want to hop on your boat or like be mad because you did what you were supposed to do. They're gonna have to get over that shit. Your way is the best way. People keep trying to talk you out of what you're doing or trying to pretend as if you don't know what you're doing. 2102. But you do. This is like somebody who doesn't know shit about basketball trying to give LeBron James pointers on how to shoot. Like, please go sit on the fucking bench. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting. This is annoying. This is annoying energy. I'm gonna go into tarot in a second, because this person don't know what they're talking about, like, or they want to be talking. This is like somebody who, especially like I said before, if you have a platform, somebody could watch you and critique all of your videos, or like zoom in the corner and be like, well, why do they have this here? Or why did they say that? Oh, they're so weird. But this is someone that does not do anything but talk so much shit. Like, what purpose do you serve? And this is the thing, 155, this is the question. Nope, they don't want nobody asking them that, because then they got to confront the fact that they're a loser. And that's why they even, 2202, and that's why they even have all this time to be hating on you in the first place, because they don't do shit. Dr. Octopus, being right never feels wrong. Hella, seize the day, in reverse. Yeah, this is the energy of like, I feel like you seize the day. You have things going on. You serve a purpose. Again, these people are like NPCs. They don't do anything but just like 2233 and 2234. Being right never feels wrong. Somebody's like a control freak, power hungry, abuses their power or something. Or they could be, again, there's a lot of projection here. Somebody could be trying to project guilt or anger. Like somebody trying to say that you're the unethical one. That you're power tripping or something. 2301 and 303. Yeah, there's a lot of heavy projection here. These people are losers. That's what I'm saying. Their opinion really doesn't even matter. And I'm going to say this because I was the main one at first saying, like, every week, like, yo, can we get past this karmic ass energy? These people are showing up because they're in the energy. They keep watching you. And that's what's funny too, because folks be mad that their business is getting put out in the streets. You're coming up, and this is for the karmics. You're coming up in the readings, my dear, because you're in our energy. Stop watching. I just seen 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop watching and you won't come up in the reading. You see how that works? But these people stupid, so they're not gonna understand that. I'll be trying to give a heads up, but you know how it goes. I don't know. Alright. Let's see. Thor. Be sure of foot and steady of heart. You have a good heart. Confirmation with Siren. You know exactly what you're doing. You're very powerful too. You're very powerful. Thor, yeah. You got some powerful manifestation, or you're just fully in alignment right now. Somebody sees this power too. Somebody's trying to act like they don't, but they do. And that's why they're obsessing over you. 243. But this also came out in reverse. Somebody doesn't have any heart. Like, they could be like very like cold, psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissistic. Their heart chakra is blocked. They're an asshole. That's why they're not getting it. They can't manifest something because their heart chakra is blocked. Heart also with bravery. Like somebody's a coward too. Definitely getting that. Somebody's a coward energy. Somebody, that's what the skepticism card is too. Somebody is seeing maybe you in the spotlight, or you defeating like massive amounts of spiritual warfare, you coming out of like a crazy, and especially if they were doing things to you, they know what they did. Somebody put all their energy behind stopping you, blocking you, and you overcame all of that. Somebody is sitting there reflecting like, yo, this person is big shit, and I clearly did not understand what I was dealing with, like, but they're never gonna say that out loud. Somebody's very intimidated by you. I'm definitely getting that. And it's causing them to look at themselves, because they realize they're spineless. They don't have anything going for them. They're a loser. They don't have any goals or ambitions. Their ambition is being a parasite to other people, stealing from other people, trying to get clout when they don't actually do anything worthy of having clout. Like, these people are miserable. Yeah, somebody's spineless, weak, and they see you with all this brave, commanding energy. They see you being in charge, having respect, and they're like, oh, well, the collective must be doing something shady, or no, this is an act. They're a one-hit wonder. They're gonna get over this real soon. This is not gonna last. They're having to eat their words, and they look very dumb right now, to be quite honest with you. Mystique. What you see is never what you get. So some of you definitely could be shapeshifters, or you just change. Like somebody could also feel like you very unpredictable. Like, I feel like if someone is doing something to sabotage you and sitting back and waiting and watching you and waiting for you to, like 707, and waiting for you to give up on yourself or self-sabotage yourself or just stop doing whatever it is that you're doing, somebody's watching and waiting that, they feel like you keep transmuting some type of energy. 717, you keep overcoming, or every time they think they hit you with something to affect you. For a lot of you, like even how you look, like beauty magic or things like that, every time they hit you with something to block you or stop you, you just keep respawning and coming back and doing something even better. Somebody feels like someone is also intimidated by your creativity, but also like somebody feels like you have a lot more layers to you than they realized initially. Somebody realizes that essentially they didn't know you at all. You're very unpredictable. You change frequently. Like, whenever they feel like they have you figured out, or they feel like they've got you and they finally subdued you, you just keep coming back and changing forms or doing something different. 808. They don't know how you're doing this. Somebody feels stupid and weak in comparison to you. And that's why I really feel like if these people have, like, because these people got groups and they're talking about you and they're, getting people to follow and everything like that. The best thing to do at this point would just be to take that L, put your head between your legs, and just save yourself further embarrassment. Because I don't know about y'all, me personally, I'm not spending months and years recruiting haters and doing things repeatedly to someone who, number one, does not deserve it, like, is not worried about me, and is doing things that are good for them. Like, if they're being productive, they're achieving things. How can you make that type of person look like the dummy when you're not doing anything and you're watching them and they're literally not even worried about you? And whoever was listening to whoever this person was, or whoever is feeling this way to you, if they have people that were engaging with this, they're even bigger losers. Because it's like 919 I just saw. This is embarrassing, bro. Like, I feel the embarrassment this person feels by watching you. Squirrel girl. When the wilderness calls, I listen. You could be called to go out in nature. You're very connected to the elements. You're very connected to the universe, the source of all things. So I feel like you get a lot of synchronicities. You're very connected to the divine, to the universe. You channel messages. You see signs everywhere. Somebody envies this quality in you. They wish they could get divine messages. They wish they were tapped in, but they're not. Somebody wants your essence. They want to be able to do what you do. They want to be you, and they can't. I just seen a gnat. It's fucking monitoring spirits. Somebody also hates the fact that you're, again, with this too, it says the best way is your way. America Chavez. Somebody hates the fact that you're listening to your intuition and you're not listening to them. When the wilderness calls, I answer. You answer to the divine and to your higher self. There is nobody else to communicate with. That's why I feel like this, when people go on and on about, oh, have conversations with people, try to understand, you know, hear people out, forgiveness. It's so other people focused. 31:13. That's how I know, like, that whole it's manipulation, right? 31:21. It's not necessary. People that are codependent want you to be codependent. When you have a mission and you're a high vibrational soul, when you're a divine being, 31:33, you got shit to do. Like, whoever doesn't get it can move the fuck around. Like, that's the energy I feel like y'all are in right now. We're not spending endless hours and days and months trying to help people feel better about what they made the active decision to do. Especially when you're intuitive, it's like people hate hearing this because nobody likes to feel like other people see them without them showing themselves, without them feeling like they made the decision to show themselves to you. But unfortunately, when you're an intuitive person, if you're intuitive, you're probably going to relate to this. It's like you already know how these conversations are going to go. This person is going to say, I'm sorry, I was traumatized, I didn't understand, I didn't see. We already know all of that. What is the purpose of you talking to me right now? I know that sounds harsh, but like, it takes time away from what you need to be focused on. And no, I'm not advocating for holding grudges. I'm not saying you should hate people, or like, I'm not even saying never have conversations. That would be silly. But like 32:45 I just saw. I'm not even saying 12:46. You could be seeing 12:46 or 2:46. I'm not saying don't ever try to meet people where they're at or understand. Yes, of course, that's good to do. 33. But you're a master. You don't have time to engage in people that just don't get it. And somebody hates that. Somebody realizes that you're so focused on your mission. Somebody realizes you have way bigger fish to fry and they just don't measure up. They're not a part of what you have going on. They feel irrelevant. They feel like they've been left behind, or they're an afterthought or whatever. And they're trying to force you to see them as relevant, but if they can't do that, then they want to say you're a bad person. 33:33. Because you don't have time for the foolishness. Yeah, like you're a boss, you're a leader. You don't have time for people that just, we know your trauma is what made you act this way. We know you didn't see. We knew that back when it happened. Like this, a lot of it is just like having to indulge with other people when they finally come to the awareness of something you've been knew. 34:05. And yeah, that's the nice thing to do, but we don't have time for that. 4:11. Somebody wants you to have time for it, but it's like, again, the self-awareness, even if this is not like a person that's like actually malignant and trying to block your life, this could just be a draining ass codependent person. This could be someone that doesn't mean any harm, but they're just draining. Like they haven't found the inner strength to heal, to grow. They haven't overcome whatever blockages they have yet, and they just want to feed on you like a leech. Like And they feel like you're mean because you don't have time for that. 3456. Let me go in the... I just feel so drained. This energy is just like... And these are grown adults too. Just like, I spent decades not healing. I spent decades choosing not to heal. Please, empathetic person, why aren't you a people pleaser anymore? Why can't you prioritize my needs anymore? Like, bro, that shit gets tiring after a while. These people still do not get it, and that's why they're not moving forward. There's all of these excuses, and oh, I went through so much, and when I was a child, it's like, okay, but what at what point? 543. At what point do we decide to make different choices? It's just so draining. It's so draining. All I'm going to say is, collective, you keep doing 606. You keep doing what you're doing. Do not get off your post to come and help this crying, whining ass person. Or these people who just are refusing to see the truth of the situation or feel the need to project onto you small energy because in their world everything is small because they can't grow. You can't grow either. Like, it's so... I'm going to pull a few of these and then I'm going to end it. Show me more on this energy. Okay, 7 of Wands reverse. Page of Wands. Yeah, very pagey energy here. What is this? 6 of Cups. Yeah, somebody, again, look at this person in the back here. Please, please take my cup. Please pay attention to me. And you're this person in the front, man or woman, doesn't matter. Look, you're completely uninterested. You're focused on what's ahead. And this person behind you is like, even the look on his face. I know the camera's blurry, but like, you're self-assured, self-validating. This other person wants you to care about whether or not they care about you. Or they want you to put down what you're doing to address their needs when they're not addressing their own needs. 7 of Wands reverse. Yeah. They feel like, so somebody here, again, they know the power that you have. They feel like attaching to you is their protection. And they feel like you snatched your protection back by walking away from them. 808. Page of Wands. Somebody feels like you have a new beginning here. You do have a new beginning. The Moon. King of Pentacles. Knight of Wands reverse. Yeah, so somebody also feels like you're moving in silence about this new beginning. Like they're upset because you're not giving them any information. You're not telling them anything. Again, though, the entitlement. Who the fuck are you that you think you should just know what I'm doing? Like, why do you need to know the intimate details of my life? You're showing up as the King of Pentacles. I'm also getting an energy of pocket watching with this Knight of Wands. Like, let me go rush over there and see what they doing. 9/11. Let me rush over there and see what they doing. Like, let me see what kind of money you got. Like, people all up in your money trying to know like what you're doing. Yeah, because you're in this abundant energy. This person knows this because they watch you constantly. Somebody here really does watch you a lot. They feel like you're moving in silence. You're not sharing what you're doing. You're being very elusive. Because you can tell this person is a vampire. Queen of Wands reversed. This could be toxic feminine energy. Somebody very jealous. Somebody very maybe mean-spirited, witchy, like in a negative way, like parasitic, selfish, vampiric. For some of you, seductive, doesn't have to be. The Star. Came out sideways. Whoever you are, you're definitely the Star. That's the energy that I'm getting. They know you're the Star, but it's like almost like they want your stardom to be dependent on whether or not they connect to you. So it's almost like somebody saying 431 and 432. It's almost like somebody saying like, all right, you can have money and be famous and abundant, but just make sure that I get a part of it. And if I don't get a part of it, then you can't do it anymore. 4044. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this person, the audacity, like the level of entitlement with this person. King of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Somebody's trying to... I don't like how this feels, bro. Judgment. Yeah. This King of Cups, somebody's masking very heavily right now. I'm getting the love bombing energy again. 41, 44, just when I looked up. The love bombing energy of like, I don't know why they're bothering to do this though. They really think that's okay. So somebody like, for some of you, this is someone who's trying to reconnect to you. For others of you, this person could even be in a place where they're accepting now, like 211 and 212 I just saw. They could be in a place where they're accepting now that you don't want anything to do with them. But they could then be trying to like copy what they feel like you did. 42, 24, again with the mirrored energy. Copy what they feel like you did to get in your position. So this is someone who really is like, I feel like this is the same person but a different energy. It's very fake. Something feels very inauthentic. This person naturally is very toxic, very jealous, clout hungry, attention seeking, whatever, insecure, bitchy, witchy. But they realize even if they don't like this reality, they realize that being loving and being upright is what got you in your position. They could be trying to now copy that persona and pretend to be this loving person as a way to access this pentacle, this Ace of Pentacles. But this could also just be the fact that you retained your kindness and your good nature and you're being rewarded because of it. And that's the Judgment. So I really don't know why this person thinks that they can change something here, 432, or how they feel about something is going to make a difference, because it is not. The Magician. 7 of Swords in reverse. They could see you as the Magician. Somebody envies how you can manifest. I've seen 434. Yeah. They can't steal this. They're going to have to walk away, or you're walking away, or you've already walked away. 4411. Yeah. I'm also getting like with this copying energy, this person trying to copy you, they can't copy you. This is energetic. That's the other thing. 432, 44, 33. This is the other thing. I think especially with this shift and like the veil removing, there was a time where people could dress up in certain clothes and recite certain verses, 444, and talk about vibration and God and frequency and being a good person. There was a time where you could talk and dress the part and it would pass. Like, people wouldn't be able to tell the difference. That's not the thing anymore. 4506 and 4504, you could be seeing 454. That's not a thing anymore because the veil is gone. So it's very clear. I've been saying this, but it's very clear who is who at this time. So everybody that was trying to dress up in certain clothes and use certain verbiage and talk in a certain way and I am a divine prophet of whatever the fuck, that shit don't work anymore. Somebody can't steal the sauce or the swagger. 453. This is not something that can be replicated because you either have the energy or you don't. You either have the anointing or you don't. You have the glow or you don't. Like, there's nothing. Somebody's hurting their own feelings by refusing to accept something concerning who you are and who they are not. Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords, sorry. This deck, if it's taking me a little bit to process, it's because the names of the suits are different. So daggers is swords, chilies is wands, cactus or cacti or pentacles, and what am I missing? Jugs or cups. Yeah. Yep, 10 of Wands, 10 of Chilies. It's like the more energy they throw at trying to change the outcome of something, the more karma and burdens they're experiencing. You could be seeing 465. It just keeps piling on because they're not accepting something. Page of Cups. Ace of Cups, 9 of Wands reverse. Let's see here. Queen of Swords. I feel like somebody is... This is a very immature energy. I told you, like, this codependent energy of like, please pay attention to me. Take my cup. I love you. Why doesn't that matter to you? It's so bizarre. Like, I'm not even going to say what I was just thinking. This is someone that can't self-regulate. That's essentially what codependency is. It's like they need somebody to regulate them because they haven't been doing the work. That's why I said childlike. Like, at a certain age, this is appropriate. Like, children 18, children don't know how to self-regulate, and so that's why they have adults and parents that can help them do that or teach them skills or like. But this is someone who's it's like arrested development. I'm getting. Like, they never learned how to do that. And so they keep... This is someone who could maybe attach to people or, like, they just find people to latch onto. This could just be how they survive. That's the other thing, too. Like, this is very sad, depressing shit. Somebody literally feels like they're dying because you pulled your energy back. That's what I'm getting, bro. Yeah, it's like they don't see anything going forward for them. All they see is burdens in their future. Somebody could be like legitimately depressed because you're in this Queen of Swords energy. You don't care, and you're too smart, you're too wise, you're too not calculated, but you're too you see through the BS, and you're not gonna mince words either. So like, for some of you, there could have been a time where like you knew this person had issues, or you knew they were kind of like a burden or draining to be around, but again, you were focused on just it's good to help people, or you were trying your best to support this person. You could have genuinely cared at one point. And it's not even that you're cruel now. This person could be trying to say that you're cruel. because you're no longer engaging with them. But it's not that you're cruel. It's like at some point you had to stop abandoning yourself. You had to stop rejecting yourself and neglecting yourself. It's like how long are you going to throw energy behind something and it's not serving you any purpose and it's draining you? That's the other thing. It's like these people are so selfish and parasitic that they're incapable of seeing how. So either they see it and they just don't care because they're narcissistic or they're toxic, or you know, they don't have any empathy, don't give a crap. They're perfectly comfortable with using you and draining your energy. Either they see it and they don't care, or they just legitimately do not have a clue how you are harmed by their presence, and they're not doing any work to fix themselves. And for some of you with swords here, you could be telling this person, you could have told this person, like, listen, 55, sorry, 555 and 505. For some of you, you could have had a conversation, right? Like, I'm not even saying like you just left somebody and didn't have a conversation. Some of y'all, yeah, you just cut people off. He was like, this is not benefiting me. 5111. But some of you could have said, listen, I'm in a different place in my life. Like, I'm moving forward. Like, I'm sorry, you know, this is not to hurt you. I understand that you feel hurt, but 105, yeah, new beginning and change, shifting. I understand that you feel hurt, but that's not my intention. It's like even you trying to explain to someone that, like, my elevation is not about you. For better or for worse, for good or for bad, it's not about you. Somebody is incapable of seeing beyond themselves. And that's exhausting to be around. Like, the Emperor. Two of Wands. Yeah, I really feel like you had to get away from someone. Either, like I said, they were outright trying to sabotage you because they're a damn demon, or they just too much clinging and like desperation and energy leakage. I feel like whoever you are, you definitely bossed up. You got the Emperor here, 5234. You bossed up. You got the Emperor here, Queen of Swords. You're not engaging with this energy. I'm sorry. Like, Three of Cups. This could be new, equally yoked connections, people that are on your wavelength. Let's see. In the upright, for some of you, there's people in the past that are just sitting around talking about you. But yeah, Nine of Cups. This is, I made a post on Threads about this a while ago, like this type of energy. I mean, 5311. It's like people that just want to remain in the trenches and they identify with like suffering. Sorry, my face gets super shiny. They identify with suffering. And they get mad at you for not validating that identity. 532. For not validating that identity, but also choosing to elevate out of that space. It's like crab in a barrel mentality. It's like, no, like nobody, even if you came from rough beginnings, nobody want to stay in that shit. Like people, like for those of you from like urban areas, like people just want to stay in the hood or like just continue to do the same things, no ambition, don't want to learn anything. 5403 and 404 just saw. Don't want to change, don't want to like break generational curses, don't want to break out of the cycle. 414, just want to keep doing the same things for decades. It's like, why are we here if we're not growing? And this is why like, a lot of people don't like me. Because this is what's not nice to say, but like, why are you choosing to remain a loser when you don't have to? 5432. That's a choice. No, everyone's not going to be a billionaire or, you know, I'm not even saying that's the point to become a billionaire. I'm saying wherever you're starting from, there should be some level of growth that is observable to yourself and others. Otherwise, what do you have to show for your time on this planet? I'm not in the business of coddling people or enabling bullshit, because the reality is these people are not comfortable with where they're at, and that's why they're focused on you. So we're not going to say, oh, I understand and their trauma. No, we all have trauma. For 144, y'all, we had the most trauma, and yet here we are, still seeing the value in doing good and trying to better ourselves. So that shit, all these excuses, no. These people choose to be degenerate. They choose to be parasitic. They choose to block people. 55-44. They choose to be toxic. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. Because if we just sat here and said, hurt people, 55-55, hurt people, then nobody's doing good, because everyone has been hurt in some capacity. And all of these bleeding heart empaths out there who have not learned yet, stop providing excuses for these people. They will stop being losers when they make the decision to stop being losers. Until then, they have to watch other people zoom past them. Tower reverse. Exactly. You got this nine, whoever you are, you got to this Nine of Cups by fighting tooth and nail. Because there was a concentrated effort. 5-6-4-5 I just saw. There was a concentrated effort to stop you from getting this. So nobody's going to sit up here and act like you don't deserve it, or you did some type of shady dealings to get your position. No. That's y'all bitches. I'm talking to the karmics now. We're not going to project because you're miserable, because you're a loser, a 7-Eleven. We're not doing that. You're where you're at because you did shit to be where you're at. The collective is where the collective is because they did the work. And you're going to have to eat that shit. We're not going to keep playing games with these people. It's time for them to face themselves. Strengths. Yeah. This is what you have and what they lack. And we see the fruits of what everybody decided to do with their time, with their energy, with their life. Oh, the collective is heartless because, no, you got cut off because you are not beneficial to the collective's life. Either you're a direct challenge to whatever the collective is trying to build, or you're just in the fucking way. Like, and I know somebody's going to be like, people aren't just there to be used, open your heart, and blah, 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 blah. We don't have time for that, right? 818, eventually you'll get it, right? You have to be, let me just be quiet. Everyone learns what they need to learn at their appointed time. 828. Yeah, 10 of Cups. What I'm getting with that too, you had the 9 of Cups here, you got the Strength card, you got the 10 of Cups. You're moving in the right direction. I would say, keep focusing on what you're doing. Do not allow these people back in, and you will get that additional cup. Okay? Because you have everything you need. Whoever may be trying to come back in and offer you something, and I'm in support of your growth, and I just want to be here to be. 911 again. Because you gotta ask yourself, right? This is why I always say, pay attention to the patterns with people. Use your discernment. For a lot of you, these are blasts from the past, people that are showing up again that were nowhere to be found when you were in your dark night of the soul. Think about it. When you were suffering and these people knew full well that you were suffering or you were going through a rough time, they were not there. Now that you're in a season of abundance and you've healed, emphasis on healed, you have healed. Now they're coming in like, oh, let me help you. It's like, it's almost, if it feels like people are late to the party, it's because they are. And that's intentional. Because a lot of these people were invested in your downfall, or I just seen 1001. They were invested in your downfall, or they didn't expect you to overcome whatever you were dealing with, and they were okay with that. Now, and I just seen 33 again, Ascended Master energy. These people know what time it is. Don't let nobody come in and try to act like they don't have a clue what the fuck is going on, because they do. Now that you have overcome, they have to find a way to explain their absence. And this is where the stories and things like that, this is where people feigning ignorance 101, this is where that's coming in, because they have to explain why they're now coming to help you overcome something you've already overcome. 111. Or they're going to have to show that they've gone through some type of transformation themselves, explaining like, oh, I didn't see before, but now I do. But you're going to see that the energy is still the same. They're still trying to get in on this abundance. And they're mad that you're not playing along. These people want you to participate in their delusion, and you're just simply not doing that. And that makes you mean, because in their reality, everyone has to participate in their delusion. And whoever doesn't is a mean person, or they're bad. We don't have time to keep prioritizing people's feelings. Always drop one of these on the floor. Hold on, y'all. Hey! Pick it up. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you have a mission. You have things to do. You're serving the collective, a lot of you. You're giving back. You're on your mission. You're in your purpose. But again, stop what you're doing to come make me feel better about being a loser. Y'all can go ahead with that bullshit. Negative. What is this? Five of Wands reverse. Yeah, because people want... It's like draining conflict energy. Unnecessary drama. Like somebody want to come and put all their shit in your lap. Here, transmute this for me. Heal this for me. Oh no, I'm not going to do any work, but y'all, you can be my personal air freshener. For a lot of y'all, that's how we were used. Before we knew better, we took our energy back. 311. Competition, arguing, drama. You're putting that behind you. You don't have time for that. Somebody wants you to do this. Somebody wants you to engage in this bullshit with them. You have things to do. You have a greater purpose. Starseed energy. You're a divine being. You were sent here for a mission. These basic ass NPC, you know what? Let me be quiet. It's like, find something to do. I don't know. The Hierophant. Yeah. You're a wise elder, a lot of you. For some of you, you could be like a shaman. Six of Wands reverse. Somebody feels really upset. The Six of Wands reverse and the Double reverse. Yeah, because they lost out on this. Or they were not able to block you. And it's Justice. It just fell on the floor. But I'm not picking that up right now. The Justice card just fell on the floor. They feel like it's unfair, but I mean, no, it's not. Yep. Eight of Swords. I'm telling y'all, bro. 432. A lot of these people, they know what they did, and they see it hasn't worked, so now they know what's happening next. So a lot of these people coming in, 441, hey, call me back. can you help me? Da 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 da. It has nothing to do with trying to be close to you. They need the protection. I got the Seven of Wands reversed earlier. These people see you are the protection. You have divine power. And so they're trapped. They're bound to whatever it is that they did. And they know that if it obviously didn't work on you, what's about to happen? Yeah. You're not engaging in any more toxic connections. Confirmation with the Siren. Two of Swords. Yeah. These people are at a crossroads now. They're stuck. I just heard blindness, like spiritual blindness. I really feel like all their eggs were in the destroy the collective basket. But because they could not destroy you, it's like they don't know what to do now. Yeah. This is your energy. You're so balanced. The balance card came out earlier. Yep. Right here. You're divinely guided. You're going only with your intuition. You have control over the elements. Shaman energy. You heal other people. You're in high demand right now. Someone just wants to be along for the ride. No. The Hangman. They ass gonna be stuck right where they're at. Yep, because you do not care to reopen this connection. You were literally not interested at all. 654 I just saw. Let me get a few more and then I'll call it. Knight of Cups. High Priestess reverse. Oh God. So for some of you, this is a dark practitioner, dark witch, dark warlock, somebody who's all in your business. And yeah, I told you, I mean, even if this is not somebody that practices spell work, this is definitely someone who's very manipulative, very intrusive in your energy, like parasitic. Ace of Wands. You have a new beginning. Yep. Coming out of heartache, coming out of pain. King of Wands reverse. This could be this same person as this High Priestess reverse, or this is just like a toxic masculine energy. We got the Queen of Wands reverse. So take it as it resonates. These could be an ex-partner. This could be relatives. This could be fake friends. This could be members of some type of group you were in. You know, these are just people from the past that are no longer relevant to you. Keep going on the path that you're on, collective. You're doing magnificently. Your guides are proud of you. The divine is proud of you. You should be proud of you. I'm proud of you. And I'm going to leave it there. Stay encouraged. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll be back soon.